Welcome back to Maloney and Ricker. I'm Matt Ricker.
And I'm Bill Maloney.
And this is our last segment for Maloney and Ricker.
Man, I'm getting emotional.
I know. I'm gonna miss it, and but hopefully I'll be back one day.
I was just telling Matt during our break about all the great work he's doing up on that board. And originally in the beginning, I was having a lot of issues with the board, and I think I still have a hard time with it.
Nah, you'll get it.
But I'm a little rusty. But thank you, Matt, for doing the board.
Sure.
And thank you for contributing to great ideas and everything to Maloney and Ricker. And I remember when we came up with the title for the show, we were thinking of what we were going to do. And then I said, let's just have our names. And then Matt was like, yeah, let's do that. It was so simple, but it was so good. Mm-hmm. So good of an idea, I guess. Look at me, I'm giving myself credit. But Matt went along with it. And I remember when we said online on Facebook that the new show would be titled Maloney and Ricker, all of a sudden I put up the post and Matt's family starts commenting and they're like, make it Ricker and Maloney. I get like 5 straight comments, and I'm there talking to my friend. I'm like, they don't want to change it to Ricker Maloney. What do I do? but we left it Maloney and Ricker, and I think that was good. It was a good show. We had a good run. What was it? 6 shows?
Yeah, it was 6 shows. It seems like it just started.
Cheaper by the half dozen, I guess.
But I want to mention, just because we won't be on radio for a while, and Bill will be starting next in January, you can always follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes. And me and Matt, although we might not be doing radio together anymore, we will definitely keep Maloney and Ricker.
The page.
We won't be a radio station anymore, but we will be doing more projects together. We might be doing some writing, some talking. We'll have to see, but
yeah, we're
definitely gonna stay active. He's one of my best friends, and I'm happy to be with Matt. The 2016 politics can wait for a while. Heck, the elections aren't for 2 years, but I remember when I was on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, I'm in the Iona College group, and then I see this guy, Matt Ricker. I don't know if I ever told Matt this story, but I see this guy, Matt Ricker, and he's there commenting on everything, and he's there being such a great guy on the page, and I was like, wow, this guy, he's going to be the campus politician. Then all of a sudden, I go to his Facebook page, and then I'm like, this dude, he has a great smile. This dude's he's gonna be the guy on campus. He's gonna be the campus politician. And so I thought I had some competition already. I was like, I better become friends with him. So I friended him, and it turned out that Matt and me, right away, I guess we clicked. Mm-hmm. And we were just talking politics, and then I would talk to him about just a whole bunch of stuff, and we became like very good friends like that. And in like January, we were talking like every day, although we haven't met each other. We were talking, and that was very good. And then all of a sudden, I come to campus, and then I see him, and I'm like, Matt Ricker. He's like, Bill Maloney? Like, yes. And then we already had it all planned out that we were going to do a radio show together in college. Mm-hmm. And although it might not have gone as planned, and although we might not be doing it again next semester, it definitely was the right way for me to start off college. And
me too.
And my mom, she always tells me about my friends and how important your friends are. And in the past, I had some friends that they weren't the best people, and they did some dopey things in high school or whatever, or back in middle school, and I just didn't want to get caught up in that stuff, and I wanted to be a very good person. And so me and Josh, my other friend, we lost contact when I went to high school. We went to different high schools, but he came here to Iona. And Josh, the same thing, I guess. The kids that we knew didn't turn out like me and Josh. And I guess that's because of our parents, because we all have good parents. And as Kevin Durant says to the moms and to the dads out there, you're the real MVP. Thank you. But when I came to Iona, Matt, he's just a very class act, and I'm so grateful to have someone like Matt as my friend. And my mom, she always says, because I think I can go home and I can say, oh, Matt isn't pulling his weight on the radio show or something, or Matt's annoying me. And then she's like, Billy, be nice. He's a very good guy, because me and Matt, sometimes we have our difficulties, but Matt's always there. And I just want to say thank you, Matt. And I know we have a great group of friends, me, you, Josh, and Rob. And honestly, that's all you can ask for, I guess.
I agree. And Bill, I got to say thank you for being on this radio show with me. It's been a pleasure. I enjoyed the ride. But for all of you out there who are our followers, we're on ICTV as well. And as I said earlier, you can follow us on our Facebook and Twitter accounts. My Twitter name is @MattRicker with 2 R's at the end. And Bill's is it @Bill Maloney?
On Twitter, it's @_Bill Maloney.
Okay.
And on Instagram, it's @_Bill Maloney. I have not been on Instagram or Twitter in about a month because, idiot me, I broke my iPhone miraculously somehow, some way, I don't know, but whatever happened. I just woke up and my iPhone wasn't turning on, so now I'm stuck with my grandfather's hand-me-down payphone. So no more Instagram, no more Twitter, and I really haven't been active on Facebook either. But once I get the new iPhone or whatever, my social media back up and going, then that'll be good. But definitely, we'll stay in contact.
Yes.
But we have one more last segment, and as always, we're going to be talking about the 2016 election with who else besides Mitt Romney and Hillary Clinton and a little bit of Ben Carson. And now we have a few minutes left, and just a quick run-through is that Mitt Romney was atop the field of hypothetical Republican presidential candidates for 2016, and there are 16 presidential candidates that were listed. So there's a whole big list of people that can end up being the Republican nominee. Hillary Clinton, she's probably going to get the Democratic nomination, but she was top of the poll as well. But for Romney, where is it? He got 20% of voters. Meanwhile, he was followed up by Ben Carson, who took second place, the neurosurgeon who disconnected the jointed twins at Johns Hopkins University. He's a great leader. He's a great person that all people, not just people of color and African Americans, can look up to, but some that I look up to as someone that speaks their mind, as someone that is not a politician, but as someone that's a leader.
Yep.
And I think that it's time that America has a leader like that. I think that it's time that America debates the issues. And he was originally an independent, but he realized he's looking to run for president, and he says by May 1st he will have a decision. But he realized he would have to run Democrat or Republican, and he decided to go with the Republican Party because that's the party he feels is best suited for him. And I was reading his biography, and it's interesting, but he said that there are two defining moments in his life. One was when he was 10 years old, and he was the only black kid in the class. And he's 10 years old, scratching his head, and he's like, everyone tells me I'm dumb because I'm black. So he goes into class one day, and then the teacher asks the entire class full of white kids to go identify the rock. And then Ben Carson little Ben Carson there, he knows that the rock is some sort of rock, and he realizes then there that he isn't dumb, and that he actually has stuff to go look forward to, that he actually is not dumb, that he doesn't have to go down the normal path that unfortunately a lot of black males take, and especially in an urban city like Detroit in a time period 50 years ago. And then he says that there's the second most defining moment in his life was when he was with a friend, and he was in a rage of anger, and thank God his friend was wearing a belt buckle, but Ben Carson had a knife with him, and his temper got the best of him, and he lunged at his friend with a knife, and he just ran away from the scene right then and there, he says. And he says he went to the bathroom for like 3 hours and he prayed to God, and he realized that he can't act that way. He realized that he has to conduct himself in a better way, and he also realized that he needs to turn to God, and that's what he said. And I think that this whole theme of God is going to be a very, very big theme, especially among the Republican Party come 2016, because you have all these Republicans that are saying, you know, let God whisper to me. I'm going to let God tell me where I should go. Yeah, Bobby Jindal, Rick Perry, everyone's saying that they're praying to God and they want God to guide them. But I think that Ben Carson, he's someone that should be taken seriously. Democratic insider said that he should be taken seriously. And I don't know if I'm going to throw all my support behind Ben Carson, but run, Ben, run. Ben Carson, I want you to run for President of the United States of America, because even if you don't get the nomination, I think that you are definitely someone that the American people will benefit from listening to. He's a smart person. He's not just someone that's going to go up on stage and look good. He's not just someone that's going to be just charismatic, even though he definitely does have those personal qualities, I believe. But more than that, he has substance behind him. I think that America, we've seen through the years with Barack Obama, what just looking at the exterior and the superficial, as Ben Carson said, does, and that just leads to poor leadership. And I'd like to finish with a quote from Ben Carson. And when people are talking about Ben Carson being the only black candidate possibly to run for the GOP nomination, he says, I operate on the thing that makes the person who they are. The skin doesn't matter to me. I really don't think those superficial characteristics have a place in society today. And hopefully, we've seen what happened in Ferguson. We've seen what's happened all throughout the country, where there's this big racial divide with Donald Sterling and other people. Hopefully we can become the United States of America, where race does not have any impact, and where we can coexist, and more than coexist, so that we can function and we can live together as a group of people that actually are Americans, and we don't have to have that label of African Americans anymore. We don't have to have that label of Latin Americans anymore. We don't have to have that label of white anymore. We don't have to have the label of you're a red or you're a blue, you're from a red state or a blue state, liberal, conservative, Democrat, independent, Republican. Hopefully, with the next president, whoever it is, we can unite the United States of America, stop being so divided, speak about issues. It's good to disagree, but you don't have to go out and loot stores in Ferguson, Missouri to disagree. And hopefully we can stop the labels and we can all come together as Americans. And with that, that is the end of our last segment, Matt. But once again, thank you, Matt Ricker, for everything. Thank you for being a great friend. And best of luck to you, man.
Thanks, Bill, and I wish you best of luck in your next 2 shows that will be starting next semester. And I hope you can tune into them. And with that, I hope you all have a great break in between semesters. Get some rest, catch up on things, and enjoy some time with your family. And may God bless you all.
And just a note to everyone that listened to us over these past 6 shows. We came into the college as freshmen. We still are freshmen, first semester freshmen. But we came in not really knowing what was going to happen.
Yes.
We came in looking at the radio program as a way that we could get involved. But it still looked very daunting to us. But with all your support, and we've been hearing the comments online on Facebook, and we've been getting messages. Sometimes our friends have stopped in here to go help us out or go support us. I don't think that we could have done it without you. And I know I go home and I tell my mom about the radio show, and I'm sure, Matt, you probably do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And, Matt, I'm sorry if I'm hard on you sometimes. Because
I don't feel that way.
I know it can be a pain with the research or whatever, but it's been good. It's been good, and there were some times where school would be very, very pressuring, and I know that Matt had this issue too, but I was telling my mom once about the demands of the show. She said, "You never know who's listening. You never know who that viewer is."
Mm-hmm.
And even though you might be tired, and there were some days we were tired coming in, or some days we wish we prepared better, we came in and we wanted to give you guys the best show possible. And we wanted to do everything with a certain style of class. And we might have views that you don't agree with on this show. Especially me, because we can be out there. But I am proud to say that we conducted ourselves in such an order that was classy, and we conducted ourselves in a great manner, and that you were listening. I think that's our greatest achievement, that we were able to engage with you all. And thank for everything. And with that, I just want to say best of luck to all of you. Best wishes, best regards, and may God bless you all. And me and Matt, we will be staying in contact. But thank you for all your support. I'm Bill Maloney, and I am Bill Maloney, and thank you.
I'm Matt Ricker, and thank you for everything. Have a nice day.